Okay, in this lecture, I'm just going to introduce ANOVA. So what is ANOVA and why we need to use ANOVA? Why not t-statistic? Why not multiple t-statistic? So I will discuss the definition of ANOVA while discussing a very simple example. So ANOVA basically, ANOVA is an abbreviation for the full name of the method analysis of variances, which was invented by Ronald F. Fisher in the 1920s. So before 1920, mathematicians, statisticians, analysts used multi-t-statistic test, because as I already discussed that we can use t-statistic for two groups. But if the number of groups, if for two type of data, if the number of type of data increased, let's suppose it's 3, we wouldn't be able to use t-statistic. We can use, but we can compare one. Let's suppose we have A, B, C, 3 groups. So we can compare A with B, then A with C, then B with C. Okay, so at this way we will perform multi-t-statistic, and at the end the result will be a little bit complicated. So ANOVA is the right remedy in order to analysis of variation between multi-groups. It's mean more than 2 groups. So ANOVA is used to test the significance of the difference between more than 2 sample means and to make inferences about whether our sample are drawn from population having same mean or different mean. So just like we discussed in the null hypothesis and the alternative hypothesis, so our null hypothesis will be that the mean of different group are same, and the alternative will be that at least one mean is not same as compared to the other mean. So ANOVA, nowadays ANOVA is a very powerful and common statistical tools, procedure, and most of the social scientists, most of the business analysts, economists use ANOVA in different studies in order to identify the behavior of different type of data, in order to identify the different type of variable. So before going to that, I just want to discuss a simple example in order to further clarify the meaning of ANOVA. So as I already mentioned that ANOVA is an extension of, ANOVA is basically an extension of t-test. In a t-test, we can test 2 type of group. For example, if group A and group B. For example, in this example, we want to conduct an experiment that a specific domain, a specific t, have an impact on the weight loss of a specific person of a specific population or not. So mean if someone consuming too much black tea, is their weight loss, is the black tea have an impact on that person weight? Or if a person not drinking the tea, so let's suppose we collect some data, we conduct some sampling. So for this group A, group B, we can easily conduct a t-test. We can compare these two and we can analyze that both the mean of these group, both the mean of these type of data are same, or if the number, if the mean, the variation is different, then we will say no, these things are not same mean. Let's suppose those who drinking black tea have a great impact on the weight loss against those who not drinking the black tea. But for example, so for this purpose we can use t-test. So t-test can be test only for 2 groups, as this black tea and no tea. You can use t-test a multiple times. So for example, now our group are 3 groups, group A, group B, group C. So we can, if we want to use a t-statistic, so we can compare this black tea with no tea. Or in another experiment, we can conduct an analysis for 2 groups. Which 2 groups? Group A and group C. Or we can conduct an analysis for group B and group C. So at this way, you need to conduct different t-statistic. But the best way in such like scenario is to do an analysis of variance ANOVA. Let's say the experiment show that a specific domain of the study period, an individual lost the following kg of weight. So let's suppose an individual lost. So I'm just going to conduct. Let's suppose 0 loss, 1 kg loss, 3, 4, 5, 7. And 11, let's suppose. So we basically collect this data from different individual who's drinking black tea. So mean from this individual there is no loss in the weight. Let's suppose in the group B, 1 kg loss, 2 kg loss, 4, 5, 7, 9 and 12, let's suppose. This is the data which we have collected so far, those who not consuming the tea. And for the third group, 2, let's suppose 3, 4, 5, 7, 9 and 12. Let's suppose this is the data which we have collected so far, that the individual who consuming black tea, they lost the weight 1 kg, 3 kg, 4 kg, 5 kg, 7 kg. So from different individuals we collect this data. ANOVA now will look for 2 different type of variation. So basically why we running an ANOVA analysis of variance? ANOVA will have a look 2 type of variation. Variation mean the changes in the data. Within group, so basically what is within the group variation and between the group, within group. So now we will compare the digits, the scales, the data which we have collected in this group. So within group, and between group mean this group with this group and this group with this group. So variation within group tell you what is variation within group. Variation within group tell you how the score within each group vary. Not everyone in group is going to experience weight loss. Just like in this one, this is 0 loss, but this one is lost 11 kg of weight. So within group, not everyone in group is going to experience weight loss to gain at the same rate despite drinking the same tea. In this example, the variation within group is look very even, where the range is about, let's suppose, what is the range? So you know the range is the difference between the highest and the lowest. So this is the highest and this is the lowest. So the range is 11, let's suppose. And the range in this one, this is the lowest and this is the highest one. So this is also 11. Let's suppose in this one, what is the range? The difference between highest and the lowest. So this is also 10. So you can see from this example, the variation within group is look very even. The within group variation is 11. In this group 11, in this group which is also near to 11. So in this example, the variation within group is look very even, where the range is about 11 or you can say 10 kg. Within group is similar for all. So within the group, the weight is, the range is, the variation is much similar for all 3 groups. So there is no much differences within group. I am talking about within group, in this group and in this group and in this group. So variation now. So there is no difference between within groups. So we can say that we can conclude that the mean within group are all equal. That all have the same behavior. The variation in all have same. But this is only for within group. Now coming toward the variation between. So variation between, variation within and variation between groups. Okay, so variation between groups tell you, please note this, variation between group tell you how the variation compare to other group. Now let's suppose now I am changing this. Let's suppose I am changing this one. This is 12. This is, let's suppose, 13. This is, let's suppose, 14. This is 15, 17. This is 19. And this is, let's suppose, 22. Let's suppose. So now we want to compare between the groups, variation between the groups. So if you compare, the variation in this one is range is 11, variation is 11, and lowest is 12 and 22. So still within the group nothing happened. The range variation, the mean is still same within the group, but between the group some changes occur. Variation between group tell you how the variation compare to other group. Now you compare this with this with this. So there is some very minute variation occur. 1 kg loss, 2 kg loss, 4 kg, but in this one there are very huge impact. Those who drinking green tea, there is too much loss. They lost 12, 13, 14, 15, while those who not drinking the tea and those who drinking the black tea, there is not too much loss in the weight. So now this is the difference between group. These group are looking same. So you will conclude each group look identical to each other. But this is only happening within the group. But between group, the situation is now changed. Okay, so the range is not so different from, range is still same within the group, but so little variation in the within the group. But between group analysis, group C, now you can see group C have a quite large figure for weight loss. So mean there is 12 kg loss, 13 kg, 14 kg, 15, while those who not consuming tea and those who consuming black tea, there is not too much loss in the weight. So group C have a quite large figure for weight loss. You will reject the null hypothesis that the mean are equal. So this is case for the between group. Why we will reject? Because the variation in this one, the mean of this one is not equal to the mean of this one, not equal to this one. So you will reject null hypothesis because there is a significant variation between group. You can't compare, if you compare this C group with the B group, or if you compare C group with the A group, there is too much huge differences. Of course, you can't look at your data to decide. So mean, this is just a simple example. You will not be able to decide that should we need to accept the null hypothesis or should we not to accept the null hypothesis. We reject the null hypothesis. So for this purpose, we will use F statistic. So as you know, F statistic is for ANOVA between group variation and divided by, so this is basically the ratio with in group variation. Okay, if most of the variation come from within group, so as you know, within group, if most of the variation come from within group, so in this example the variation within group are more identical, all the range are similar, so there is no differences. So in this case we will not reject the null hypothesis, only for within group. So if most of the variation come from within group, then, but if the variation come, let's suppose this is different, this is, let's suppose the range is 20 and the range of this is 11 and this is 10, so there are some differences where within group, then the T probably does not have much of an effect. If this range variation within group is different, what does it mean? It means that T probably doesn't have much of an effect. However, if variation C came from between group, so now in this example variation came from between group, just like C group is much different from these. The T impact on the weight loss is very higher in C group, so it is much different. If the variation C come from between group, this would indicate that T does not probably have an effect on the weight loss. Okay, so that does it mean the F ratio will large? If the F ratio, now this is the F ratio between divided by within, if the F ratio will large, F statistic indicate high probability that the group do have a different mean. In other words, it does make a difference. So I just want to further clarify this with a simple example. If let's suppose F statistic is, let's suppose 5.3, let's suppose this is the calculated value of F statistic, and our p value, as I already discussed that what is p value, this is the rejection probability. Let's suppose this is 0.02, let's suppose this is 0.02. So high F ratio combined with a small p value, so this ratio is much higher as compared to this one. So high F ratio, so this ratio came from between group variation divided by within group variation. So high F ratio combined with a small p value means that the T most likely does have an effect. So in this scenario, in this example, the T most likely does have an effect. So you reject null hypothesis, that means are equal. So in this case, you will reject null hypothesis, means of A is equal to means of B is equal to mean of C. So these are not equal. So this is the case of alternative hypothesis. So when you reject it, you will accept the null hypothesis that the means are not equal. So in this way, you will conduct an analysis of variance. I hope you understand. In the coming lecture, I will discuss one-way ANOVA, two-way ANOVA, and I will also discuss some more examples. Thank you.